Okay, perfect. Yeah, you could just move on to the next slide. Okay, welcome everyone. Thanks for chiming in or listening to this over YouTube. These bi-weekly updates have I think been a really big success in just conveying the huge amount of stuff that we have going on in the background. Sometimes it's difficult to just convey that on a day-to-day basis. So even for myself, when I go through every other week and put together these slides, I'm just astounded with what's going on, and there's always something new that I'm learning. So what we have today, the first slide is just a repeat from last week, but I think it is important to just keep hammering in our mission and kind of our culture and values, because this is what makes us unique from other cryptocurrency projects, and I think it is one of our biggest strengths. So like I keep saying, we're trying to be the most useful and usable privacy coin on the market. And the way we're trying to do that, besides all of the amazing technical stuff we have going on, developing apps and other ways to use the coin with integrations, we're trying to really promote this just open, very positive culture where we're very supportive of each other, and we just have this community where anyone's welcome and we encourage anyone to participate. So always keep that in mind when you're participating in the community. We just want this positive message. Try to help out other people that you see that might have questions. And I think what we've had going on so far, it's been great. So the big picture for this update, though, so this slide basically summarizes everything you'll see on the other. So if you want a quick snapshot, just check out this slide. And number one, what we're trying to do is we have this massive push for making zencash usable and useful. So towards that end, one of the cool projects we had going on, actually from Anarch 3, he added 5 dedicated Tor nodes. So now you can run your zencash node over Tor entirely to add an additional layer of privacy for yourself. So that's definitely really cool. There's a link here with the slides available, but it's also on our GitHub, and we have other announcement links all over the place. So if anyone has questions on how to do that, we can definitely walk you through the process. We've had, so myzenwallet.io is operational. We announced this last week, but we've had some additional, or last session, but we've had some additional functionality on there. So its basic functionality is done for a minimum viable product right now. And what you can do on this myzenwallet.io, which is our version of an online wallet, number one, the motivation for that is because this makes it much easier for new users to crypto to just set up a wallet really quickly without having to figure out how to download something from GitHub, install it, have the blocks sync. This is something you can just go there, set a password, and it creates a wallet from your seed. So I definitely encourage everyone to check it out. Or if you have people who are new to cryptocurrency and you want to introduce them to Zencash, this is a really good starting point. Now we have Rocket working on a user interface, UI update for it to make it look a little prettier, but all the functionality is there already. Now the functionality that will be included or is included on this online wallet is transparent transactions are included. You cannot do shielded transactions at the moment. We're not sure if that'll be an update here or if we'll focus on other platforms for shielded transactions, but currently you have to have the node installed on your system to be able to do shielded transactions. Okay, so another really cool thing, so Rocket's helping out with the user interface, but it was Kendrick Tan, our developer who launched MyZen Wallet, and he's also working on his next project, which is actually already out in beta release, which is ZenChat. I'll go through that a bit more in a dedicated slide later on, but it's a really cool private messaging app that uses our blockchain. It uses the shielded transactions on the blockchain to do fully anonymous messaging between users. So it's a really cool app to make our blockchain more usable. Now on the Swing wallet, we actually have one-to-one embedded messaging within the wallet that Ivan's working on. So he's the original developer for the Swing wallet, and now he's embedding a messenger within the wallet. So we have Kendrick's ZenChat, which is a standalone app that uses our blockchain, and then we're going to have the Swing wallet with this one-to-one messaging embedded into it that Ivan says he's estimating about, actually the 1st or 2nd of September, we should see a release that people can start playing around with there. Lucas is working on the Arizen GUI Wallet. This is a really nice graphical user interface wallet that we view as replacing Elios, which has just had problems from the beginning. So Arizen is going to be our own in-house development, and it looks great. Lucas has released an alpha version of it, which doesn't have the wallet daemon behind it. So you can at least see the basic functionality, the GUI, play around with the password on it, see how that's going to work. So it'll be our first password protected wallet. Now we have Rolf is working on a Coinomi mobile wallet integration. So that's moving forward. We've already paid for the integration cost, and now we're just waiting on that integration to happen. And then Kendrick actually submitted another proposal to work on mobile iOS and Android wallets for Zencash. So that's gonna be really cool. We'll have our Coinomi wallet, mobile wallet, but then we'll also have our own self-developed or in-house developed wallet. And then towards usability, again, we have CoinPayments. We actually just finished that vote. So CoinPayments is a really good merchant payment service where they offer a plugin for merchants to be able to accept cryptocurrencies. I use it, for instance, with my VPN service. They're quite prolific across the privacy space. So getting Zencash integrated there is a really good thing. So we can start having merchants accept it for payment. So we're in their next integration cycle, which starts at the beginning of September, and they estimate by the 5th of September we should actually be on their platform. So that's coming soon. Continue progress on the secure node development. I have a few slides dedicated to that specifically, but we are moving forward, and we're going to have our alpha product pushed into beta fairly soon. So we'll go through the details there, and Alan's online as well to talk through any specifics. We have a lot going on with marketing strategy. We actually have our Crypto Media Hub marketing team came to us with a very, very comprehensive plan that I know Callie's online from that. So once we get to that slide, I'll ask her to speak to it a little bit more, but really cool stuff in the pipeline. They took their time to understand deeply our philosophy, our goals, our mission, and that's awesome because what they're planning is uniquely tailored to our community and to our product. We've also been doing a logo competition. We've had an ongoing logo competition for a while now, but we've stepped up efforts there to see if we can come up with a better logo for the community. And the website, actually, we have a kind of a ground up rebuild of the website that's going to be pretty awesome, and that's in the works now. And we're actually working on Rocket put together as an extension to his getzen.cash faucet. He added a motto vote, so that's like a slogan, like a Zencash slogan. That he added a web portal so people could actually submit their submit logos or mottos that they think we should consider, and we're gonna reward the winner, the logo motto that we end up going with. We're gonna give a little reward to. So it's kind of a fun community competition to get people participating. And then we're growing quite actively our regional teams. We have a lot going on in Russia and Eastern Europe. We're actually looking at a team in Australia, New Zealand. This is going to be pretty badass once that's spun up. I don't know if any of those guys are on the line right now, but we have a really good group of guys that I think are going to be part of the project officially quite soon. So this can be pretty exciting. And we're also looking at spinning up more people in Portugal. We have a really great team that I think we're putting together out there. So we'll be announcing more of that soon as well. So next slide, please, Rolf. I basically said everything up front, but if people want to just listen to the first 5 minutes and see that one slide, you'll get the gist of it. So, okay, so ZenChat in beta. So this is, so this is our fully secure, private, anonymous messaging system that supports up to 340 bytes of data, and it uses the Zencash blockchain, utilizing our shielded transactions to make sure that any information that you send over the system is fully secured. It's UTF-8 compatible, so that if you are wondering, you could actually send emojis. So you can send your favorite emojis there. So that's a really cool thing that Kendrick put together, and I think is one of our first nice applications built on the blockchain that's making it more usable. So that we have a lot more going on with our currency than just people speculating or holding it. We're actually making it useful for people. So next slide, please, Ralph. Yeah, actually, so ZenChat, I'll say it's on our GitHub already. So please, if you haven't checked it out yet, go to the GitHub, download it, and start playing around with it. So Kendrick put it together, and he's all about user testing and feedback. So the way that he operates, which I think is great for us, is he puts together these minimum viable products and releases them, and then he's looking for feedback. So let's check it out. Let's play around with it and see what kind of features we'd like to see added. See if there are any bugs in there that you notice. But it seems to work pretty well already, and then we'll be making it, keep improving it over time.
Yeah, he put together a really nice tutorial, and I put the link to that on the Discord and on the YouTube. So, and we'll do
awesome
a blog post with a little further information on it. But yeah, give it a try.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, thanks, Ralph. Okay, yeah. So the Arizen wallet. This is a project that Lucas and his team are working on, and they've just released the alpha version, which really just demonstrates the GUI, the graphical user interface. Now you'll see on there it has login password functionality, encrypted login password. So it's our first wallet that you could actually encrypt, and it has an importing feature for your old wallet.dat file. Previously, you had to manually swap out your wallet.dat in the folder that you have your application running in. Now there's just a nice clean way to do that within the wallet itself. And it has an encrypted download. And then coming soon so we're going to have installation files. There'll be automatic updates, which is great because whenever there's a change made to the wallet software, it'll be automatically pushed out to users, so they don't have to constantly keep up with which is the latest version. It'll automatically update, kind of like the way the Windows does that with their PC software. And then the daemon will be implemented in it, so it'll be fully functional operating on the blockchain. So again, this, just like with ZenChat, I highly recommend everyone check it out. So download it, play around with it, check out the password features, check out the other, the user interface. And Lucas and his team are always open to feedback as well. So they're throwing it out there specifically so they can get feedback. So actually our first, what's really important for getting the word out there for zencash is whenever you're talking to someone who's new to either crypto or just new to zencash, it's awesome that when you're talking to them, you could just say, okay, well, download this wallet or open this wallet and I'll give you some Zen right now. We haven't had that opportunity before, but now with our Coinomi wallet integration, we're going to have that opportunity. The Coinomi multi-coin, multi-asset mobile wallet, which currently works on Android, and they are working on an iOS release in the near term. You can actually just have people download the wallet on the spot and just give them some of their first Zen. So previously, I would just tell people, download a wallet, I'll send you Zen. And you go to our online wallet. That's a really good first step for new users. But the Coinomi wallet is going to be our first mobile, and mobile is really important for once we get out there and for our grassroots efforts, sending people out into meetup groups and different conferences, or just talking to their friends, their own circle, to get more people involved, which I highly recommend everyone do. If you're listening to this live stream right now, you clearly care about the project, or you're at least interested in the project. If you want to see it succeed, this is a grassroots effort. We should all go out there and every day just introduce Zen to someone new. And one great way to do that is to have them download a mobile wallet. Now, Coinomi has an embedded exchange within the wallet, which is really cool because you could exchange your Bitcoin for Zen. You could sell your Zen for Bitcoin, for Dogecoin, Purecoin, a whole variety of cryptocurrencies that are included. And you could do that within your wallet. So there's a few wallets on the market like that. Coinomi is one of them. Jax is another. But what's great with their technology is they use Shapeshift.io in the background, which is a really cool. It's like our version. We have Evercoin has a Zen portal for us where users could anonymously buy and sell Zen using their no account required exchange. Well, Shapeshift.io does exactly the same thing. And that's Eric Voorhees' company that he runs out of Switzerland. It's a really great service. What's cool about integrating with Coinomi is that Zen will be available, or should be available, on Shapeshift, because it's just embedded within their technology stack. So expect the integration there. We're thinking next week. Okay, so definitely by next bi-weekly update, you should see that. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so the next thing we have in the hopper is so the Swing wallet actually has its embedded messaging system that Ivan's been working on is in beta. So we're testing it right now. This is a little conversation between Rolf and Ivan that we did a little snippet of, but it's really cool because it's within the wallet. So you've got this. It's very similar technology to what Kendrick did with ZenChat. So, but instead you'll be able to do this within your current Swing wallet. So it just adds just this really strong dimension of functionality into the wallet. Let's see, it should be available, I think Ivan told me, the 1st or 2nd of September. So definitely within the first week of September, expect the beta version released. And it's a really strong Swing wallet roadmap just in general. So this is the one-to-one messaging. The next step from there is going to be a one-to-many messaging. So we'll be able to have chat boards or discussion groups where people could access anonymously over our blockchain. So really cool stuff to make zencash more usable. So ultimately, part of that roadmap is also going to include interoperability across a variety of our platforms, definitely between Swing Wallet, the Arizen Wallet, and then any other wallets that we put together. It's great having a coherent dev team because they're all working together. They're sharing what they're doing, and we're integrating things in our long-term roadmap. Okay, and we had a very interesting exchange integration. This was actually just after the last bi-weekly call. I think the day after we got integrated into the cost.io exchange. Now this is a Singapore exchange, but they do more than just exchange services, which is great in itself, but they have a merchant gateway, like a payment gateway between fiat into the crypto markets within their platform, and they have a merchant plugin. So the merchants can now directly accept cryptocurrencies and then automatically convert that cryptocurrencies into their fiat currency of choice, whether that's the Singaporean dollar or the US dollar or euro. Those options are all available. So it's really cool for us getting on that exchange. Now, we have 2 trading pairs on the exchange. We have the Zen to BTC and then the Zen to ETH, the Ethereum trading pair. So we need liquidity on the exchange. So this is a really good partnership for us because they get us into the merchant payment space, particularly on the Asian market, which is very important. And Singapore is a fintech hub. So getting to that market is really big for us. Now, we need to make sure that we provide some liquidity so that the trading pairs are actually useful to people. So I definitely recommend everyone get on to cost.io, transfer some either Zen or BTC or ETH onto the exchange, and just help do some basic trading, right? Some really basic liquidity provision to the market. You can buy, sell. Just if you see that particularly if you see there's profit opportunities because there isn't as much liquidity, not even close to the liquidity on cost right now as there is to Bittrex. So if you see that you could buy, Zen or ETH or BTC at a price discrepancy from cost, go ahead and do that. Because we need liquidity on our market. So if you can buy cheap on one of the exchanges and sell where you can make a little bit of a profit on the other exchange, it doesn't matter which direction that trade goes, you're providing liquidity and helping out the market. So I definitely recommend everyone do that. Okay, next slide, please. So now going further down this route of we want to be usable. So cost is great because they have this merchant plugin in Singapore. Now we have CoinPayments, which I mentioned initially. This is a really cool service. I use them for my VPN service, and I know that they're all over the privacy space. When a lot of businesses, like online businesses in particular, want to accept cryptocurrencies, CoinPayments is one of the dominant services that they go to. It's it's a multi-coin capable. It has, I'm not sure how many, but dozens of cryptocurrencies on there, and there's a voting process. to get on there, to get listed. And the votes cost a little bit of money too. It's 0.001 of a Bitcoin per vote, and it took us 1,000 votes to get listed. So what we did was we threw out to the community like a donation campaign, and people did great. Donated 0.4 of a Bitcoin in total. So that was 40% of the votes required to get us on there were from donations. So that was awesome to see the community come together and just pitch in from their own money, votes to get ZenCash listed. It just shows that the community is behind the project and just getting out there and trying to make things happen to make it more popular. And that's really cool. We appreciate all of that. And then what we did was we rounded off the remaining balance to make sure that we actually got listed. So we contributed another 0.6 of a Bitcoin, and so we should expect integration onto the platform by September 5th. So, and once we're on that platform, guys, any merchants that currently accept cryptocurrency or that you think should accept cryptocurrencies, particularly for online merchants, this is the perfect gateway to get them to accept it, is to just hand them, direct them towards coinpayments.net and have them install the merchant services app, and then request that they accept ZenCash. So for a lot of businesses, they're agnostic towards whatever project there is out there. What they want is they want more customer revenue. And if they're having customers ping them directly and asking to pay with ZenCash, that's going to leave an impression on the merchants. We've actually had one merchant who's part of the community come to us and say he has dozens of businesses that he operates, but his users, his customers, have been asking to be paid in ZenCash. So he came to the community, he became a user, and it was just really cool. At the time, we didn't have a merchant services integration, but that's exactly what we've been working on with Cost.io and CoinPayments. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, secure nodes. So we have, as always, we have two different parts of the secure nodes project. The first part is we have to do stuff on the blockchain to make it compatible with the secure node system. So same stuff that we mentioned last time, but we've had progress on these tasks. So we had the TLS support was integrated and deployed into testnet. It's been operating well in testnet. We had generation of self-signed certificates, backwards compatibility for unencrypted connections, improved multi-thread synchronization in the network layer, and final tuning on the TLS is going on over the next week or two, which is going to support our ultimate goal, which is the certificate verification, so that we can have nodes or secure node operators use a certificate authority that we trust, and we can verify that. So that's just the first part. So keep in mind, this is all for phase one of secure nodes, just to get a minimum viable product on the market that actually works. But we do have a development roadmap for secure nodes where we're going to be constantly improving the way we do things. And one thing that we'll be looking at is the whole concept of a certificate authority, because that is a centralized authority that we're relying on. And I say we trust them, but trust is kind of like varying shades of gray. We believe in decentralization, so we will be looking at other types of decentralized trust options in the future as we build out. Okay, next slide, please. So secure nodes, the second slide for secure nodes. Now here's the work that's going on in the background so we've got the blockchain work, and then we have this other software that DevMan's been putting together. And actually, Alan, if you're on the line right now, it's probably a good time for you to chime in, and you can review these next two slides yourself, since you're the expert.
Sure, I'd be glad to. I've been working on the tracking system, and we got a new website up that integrates the tracking system and the challenge system. Been working on the test net, taking a lot of the issues and fixing things as we go along. I got part of the API for grid data on the new website built out, and currently working on the payment system. So that base functionality is about 80% complete. Working on the payment periods, being able to actually figure out what to pay each of the nodes, and working on what's called a one-day allocation model at this point, which would be that a payment, or really an earnings, I should say, is done for each day for each node, and then those are accumulated and will probably be paid out once a week. I'm looking at automating the payment generation process right now. So all of those are kind of tied together. Also, the review and approval process, which is basically just saying which of the payments are going to be paid on what day, and making sure that the funds are available in the right account to be able to send those out. Once we got that working on the testnet, we'll be moving that to beta, hopefully within the next week or so.
And
Okay, cool.
sorry,
Thanks.
forgot to unmute myself. I got a picture of your
I tried to go through that quickly.
tracking and payment system here, Alan. So your new version it's looking really nice.
There it is. This is the new interface that was just put up a few days ago. That includes the ability for administrator to log in and actually make the payments out there. So if you'd like to see that, you can go to, I don't know if you have the URL up there.
I'll put it up there.
But it's at devtracksys.secnodes.com where that can be viewed.
Cool. All right. Rob, back to you. Thanks, Alan.
Yeah, thanks, Alan. Appreciate the update as always. Okay, so we have other development effort that's been going on. So what I mentioned previously, which was really cool for us being a privacy-oriented coin, is now we have 5 dedicated Tor nodes that were added by Anarch 3. So it's awesome. We have tutorials on that and notes on how to join the nodes, join your zencash node to the Tor network. And we're actually going to write a blog post on that as well to make it just more explicit and maybe do a dedicated video tutorial. So it's a big win for us on the privacy front. Now, the one-to-one messaging I mentioned previously in the Swing wallet, we actually had a previous, a whole slide on that, but I just want to say it's about 90% complete, so we should be seeing that over the next week completed. Now, 2 other big integrations for us. And I say big. One is Ledger, and this has been ongoing for the last about a month that we've been trying to integrate into Ledger. It's still ongoing. We have to do one more thing because we have replay protection in our code, which is different from, for instance, Zcash or Bitcoin. We just need to make sure that we navigate that properly and get ourselves onto the Ledger hardware wallet. So this will be our first hardware wallet, which will be a really big deal for us. So not only can you store your Zen on a shielded address to get that level of privacy, but now you can actually get it off any network and get that onto a hardware device through a secure Ledger wallet. So that's really important. Now we're very interested in decentralized exchanges. Well, we're interested in any exchange. We need liquidity fundamentally, but we're particularly interested in decentralized exchanges because I do think that is the future for exchanges. We want to remove that centralized layer of trust from the equation where hackers can get in there and hack someone's server and steal your money, or the operators for the exchange could be bad actors and steal your money. We've seen this happen too much in the crypto space, so I do think that over the next few years we're going to see a lot more liquidity migrating over to decentralized exchanges, and we want to support that. So one exchange it was called BISC. They've changed it to BISC on a rebrand. We're looking to integrate with them right now, and we have some code. So we have to do the coding for the integration, and we have that essentially ready to go. We've had this ongoing for a few weeks now as well. So we're just doing the last little piece of testing that code, and we'll push it out to them, and hopefully be looking at a BISC integration before the next bi-weekly call. And then I mentioned in the intro slide that Kendrick is actually starting work on a mobile iOS and Android apps, or Zencash wallets, I should say. So that's a really big deal for us. We've got Coinomi, and we will soon have our own in-house developed wallets for both platforms, especially because Coinomi is available currently only on Android. Okay. And
Rob, I threw you a curve on this one. This is Zen Nodes around the world. So I thought it was really cool. This is a website hosted by Anarch3, and anybody who puts in their node conference file, add the node of Zen Nodes .network. That's also the URL. You can see and you can actually spin this, spin the worlds around. I guess I wanted to show that we got a lot of nodes right now on both sides of the Atlantic, and we could use a bit more all over the Pacific.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Thanks, Ralph. I love this thing personally. I love whenever I connect my node and I see it pop up there. I'm in the southeast of the U.S., but I'm like one of the lone southeast U.S. nodes out there usually. So it's really cool, and you can see exactly where. It's great for helping us tailor our community outreach because we can see exactly where people are coming from in the world. And I love that Anarch made this a borderless world. We don't see all these weird national borders. We are one global community, and we're going to keep it that way. Okay, so on the outreach side, I have probably just 5 minutes before I need to duck out, but we have a ton going on with outreach. This is something that consumes almost all of my days every day, as well as a big part of our team. So we have ongoing Bitcoin talk and Twitter campaigns that Madar is doing an awesome job managing. It's great just having him take care of all of that stuff. He's just doing a great job motivating people, managing people all over the world to get out there and make our brand more recognizable. So thank you very much, Madar, if you're online listening to this. Love your work. Definitely plan on or enjoy seeing this continue. So new exchange listings and integrations. Okay, so we actually just paid the listing fee for Cryptopia. So it's currently not the highest volume exchange, but we like what they do, how they operate. They do have some decent volume, so we've decided to go forward with that integration, and we're currently working with them on getting Zen listed. So definitely by the next bi-weekly call, we should have our coin on their exchange available. And let's see, Ledger and Bisq mentioned that. So Yobit is an exchange that we paid the integration fee and give them all of the information they need, and it's been 2 weeks and we're still not listed. So I've reached out to them again yesterday and still no word from them. So hopefully we could get that pushed forward. So if anyone currently trades in the community on Yobit, it would be very helpful if you also reach out to their support, customer service, and ping them to remind them that you want zencash listed on the exchange for trade. Okay, we have Waves is a very innovative platform, decentralized exchange. We've been working with the Waves engineers, and we're probably looking at about a month, maybe 2 months for a Zen integration onto the exchange. So they're just extremely busy with everything that's ongoing, but really happy to integrate us. Now, we sponsored another virtual reality gaming competition in Timisoara, Romania. So it's really cool for us doing that kind of grassroots outreach where we're building this hub. Actually started with a group called The Hub in Timisoara, but they're kind of branding themselves Zen Hub in Timisoara, which is really cool. Really happy to have those guys in the community continuing to spread word of zencash. And we also had Summer, part of our community, did really cool Steemit article to kind of cross promote what happened in Timisoara, which is great to see that kind of grassroots campaigns working side by side with each other. And part of the competition was every entrant to the competition received 1 Zen. So it's cool. It's in a way like a faucet function where we're getting more people exposed to Zen, and the best way to get someone motivated on the coin is to give them a little bit of it. And then there were larger prizes for winners. And so here's just a picture you can see of the guys who were the competitors, and then they had an audience as well watching them compete. So we had two games that were played. And let's see, so there were 60 Zen awarded to the winner of the Onward competition, and then 20 Zen. So I guess there were eight players on the Onward competition, and only 2 players on the FIFA competition, so there was only a 20 Zen reward. But each participant got 1 Zen just for playing. So things like this I think are great, and if anyone else in the community wants to pursue something similar, we're all ears, and go to the forum, and any ideas that you might have, It could be something similar, it could be something entirely different, but we just want to empower people to get out there and get the word, or just get ZenCash out there into the world, make more people aware of it. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, Eastern Europe outreach. David, are you on the line? I'm not sure he is. I don't see him. Zenissimo is his name on the forum. So David is our Eastern Europe head of outreach there. And just in 2 weeks of being on board with the project, he's just done a phenomenal job reaching out to people. So we have a fully functional version of a website in Russian now. We have a very large Russian community supporting the project. So it's really cool that we're starting to tailor our communication channels now towards that community, instead of having them just kind of chime into the English-speaking part of the community and try to extract out what information is important to them. It's really important to me and to our team to make sure that each of the regions is fully represented, and what matters to each region actually gets pushed forward, instead of what we think just matters here, pushing out everywhere. So it's a version of decentralization to the community, which I think is very productive, because instead of just having like a centralized push out what we think is the way to go everywhere around the world, you actually empower local communities around the world to do what they know is right within their community. And that's exactly what we're doing in Eastern Europe and Russia right now. And part of that process, David actually stumbled upon a 3,500 person ZenCash group on their version of Facebook, VK Network. So that's huge. I mean, that's as big as our entire email subscriber list. So the fact that we have 3,500 users in Russia on one social media platform is huge. And the same thing was, we didn't even realize we had a dedicated Telegram chat channel in Russian. So that's great there. And we're actually evaluating proposals for local firms to support our marketing and outreach efforts. So there's a lot going on. We have more video tutorials from at Vosscoin. That's Drew. He has a contract now to do 10 video series on just different types of like tutorial videos, and he's completed 3 of those out of 10 that will be done total. So it's really good for us, and definitely check out his videos. He's been working on mining videos initially, but he'll be expanding that to other user-friendly videos. Okay, so marketing is up next. Kali, are you on the line? Do you want to chime in on what's going on?
Yep, I'm here. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yep.
Hi, everyone. So yeah, like Rob mentioned, we went through a pretty deep dive of ZenCash, and a huge focus for us in marketing overall is the community. Making sure you guys are up to date on everything, involving you as much as possible. We're going to focus on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, and LinkedIn for the channels in the beginning, and then hopefully more to come after the next couple of months. We already have some stuff scheduled to come out on Facebook and then also Reddit. So you'll see a little bit more interaction on Reddit if you want to check out that channel a little bit more. We're going to be focusing on Reddit a bit as well. And just in general, the cryptocurrency community, what's going on, and keeping you guys informed in general, not just only ZenCash, but of course we want to focus on ZenCash as well. And really just reiterate the fact that ZenCash is, we want it to be the most useful privacy coin and transaction platform in the market. And we want to educate people on that, letting them know the zero knowledge proofs, and make sure everyone knows what ZenCash is offering. So we're really excited about this. We're already started, and hopefully you guys will see an increase. And obviously, like Rob said, let's talk about ZenCash to everyone every single day. Let's make it known throughout the entire market, and then also people who maybe don't know about cryptocurrency. We want ZenCash to be the forefront of their mind. So yeah, that's where we're starting, and hopefully next call I'll have a little more analytics and some numbers to share with you guys moving forward. But right now we're just getting started.
Awesome. Thanks, Kelly. So just real quick, I need to duck out in a minute or so, but just want to mention we have this, our website we're revamping from the ground up. It's going to be really cool. We should probably see that. So Mike's working on that, MD O'Leary on the forum, and we should probably see that coming out in probably the next, probably before the next bi-weekly update. So that'll be a nice just like branding thing for us. And further along the lines of branding, we're working on we have several logo competitions ongoing through 99 Designs. We have world-class designer doing sketches for us, and actually just other people as well from the community doing sketches to see if there's anything there. We also have, when we first launched the project, we had a community vote. The community voted on a new logo, so we have that in our back pocket as well. So we have a lot of different options that we're trying to cultivate now. There should be more definitely over the next 2 weeks where we'll be putting out to the community to get more feedback to see if we should upgrade our logo. And also Gustavo or Rocket's been working on this tagline or a motto competition where he put up there on ZenCat. Getzen.cash / I think vote, where you can actually submit your ideas to see if it's something that we want to go forward with. We have some really, really cool ones out there now, and I think every great organization needs to have just a very, very simple yet powerful slogan. So that's what we're working on. And other than that, we have ongoing grassroots stuff, like I mentioned, that Summer's been working on. Plan on continuing to work with her. We have her going to meetups, writing articles on it. We're doing a ton of social media outreach. So there's just a lot going on. Sometimes it's just it's hard to convey to everyone exactly what's going on in the background. I hope that this call did that. And like I said, I'm going to have to step out, but Rolf will be available as well as some of the other team members to answer any questions. So thank you very much, and we'll see you all on the forums or in 2 weeks.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it. Yeah, that was a great presentation. We can keep this going for a little bit longer, maybe 10 minutes or so. If y'all have questions, happy to answer them, and you can type them in or other things like that. I'll go ahead and read through both on the YouTube as well as on the other application here for any types of questions. So yeah, we've got a lot of things going on in development, and I really like how we're doing our distributed development. So for people that are new, it's sometimes we seem to be going in all sorts of different directions, but we actually have a good plan, and then we do things opportunistically. I know at the beginning of the YouTube there was a question, okay, can you talk about the difference between master nodes and secure nodes? And yeah, happy to talk about that. So within cryptocurrency, there's the idea of master nodes, and Dash has popularized that. They're one of the top cryptocurrencies, and the redistribution of mining rewards. So the way most master nodes work is 45% of the mining rewards go to master node owners that get paid on a regular basis, and 10% goes to funding the development and marketing. Master nodes are a neat concept. One of the things that we like to do is we have a secure and private cryptocurrency as well as the messaging. And as we were going through and talking about what we wanted to accomplish with Zencash for the private transactions, the private messaging, the private publishing, one of the things that we figured we needed to have was a lot of nodes all around the world that would be reliable, that could be doing things in an encrypted fashion, and be operated by IT and development folks that do that on a regular basis. So not necessarily operated by people that wanted to earn an income on their holdings, which is kind of what I see as master nodes. Master nodes also do other things. They help the network, and I understand that. But our idea about secure nodes is we want to have a bunch of nodes all around the world that can make sure that our system is up and running everywhere in the world. And so that's the idea behind secure nodes. So it doesn't cost a lot to be able to, you set aside 42 Zen in your wallet, and then operate a secure node, whether on your own device or on a virtual private server, and that will you get paid to operate that and keep the network up and running. So 3.5% of the mining reward is distributed amongst all secure nodes that meet the requirements. That's the big picture idea. Hopefully that helps. Quick question, do we need more nodes for secure node testing? So yeah, we do need more testers on the testnet for secure nodes. And we have a number of people doing it, but as being part of the testing, if you guys have been part of this type of stuff in the past, you run, you do transactions, you make sure it's up and running. If something doesn't look quite right, you collect your logs and send them in, you make suggestions. So it's an active participant thing, and sometimes people have more time and sometimes people have less. And also sometimes people have different perspectives on what makes things work well. So we always encourage people to turn up testnet, secure node testing, and the tracking system application. And yeah, so when's part 3 of the secure node setup tutorial going to be available? Well, I'd figured that I would write that part 3 when secure nodes were launched and getting paid on them. Because I'm not one of the developers. I'm technical, and I try to help make everything work well and show people how to do things. But maybe it's about time to put up a tutorial on how to set up a secure node on the testnet in preparation for setting up a secure node in production, which hopefully should be here in the next 6 weeks. Let's see. Will Zencash always be proof of work or ever look at changing? That's a tough question. I do have some coins that are running staking wallets, and those are pretty neat. But from the way we're set up, proof of work is a strong part of what Zencash does, and secure nodes isn't really staking, because staking is you just keep the funds there in your wallet and they earn you cryptocurrency. You have to actually do a little bit of work with secure nodes. So it's kind of our own way of going about things. Any other questions? Please go ahead and type them in. And what are some of the other common things that people are asking about? So we've got, please do take a look at the different applications, the different wallets, and give those a try and use them. I know when I use the Swing wallet, there's a couple little things that I'd like to see. So I go to the GitHub and I put small issues there, and Ivan takes a look at those and works to put those into the improvement of the Swing wallet over time. As we go through the development, as Lucas and his team goes through the development on the Arizen wallet, we're going to want to do the same thing. And for anything in our GitHub, really, if you're using it and you have suggestions on things that you would like to see or make it better or issues, go ahead and make those entries in the GitHub so we have a central place to do that and track those. Well, that's the majority of the questions. Really appreciate everybody joining us today. Love being part of such a great community. And I am excited that I was able to learn how to run this open broadcasting system and all sorts of other stuff. So now I know how to do YouTube live streams. This was pretty fun. And we're going to be doing this every 2 weeks, same time, and posting this on the YouTube channel so that you can share it on Twitter or other places to let people know all the things that are going on with Zencash. Talk to you later. Thanks.